Hi guys, another Inside Take here with Sam Phillips. I'm joined today by Professor Mike Brown. We're in Madonna Hall, so this is where the faculty offices are. Of course, one of the great highlights of studying at Chrism is our amazing faculty who are mentors both inside and outside the classroom. You have the chances to not just speak with them in the class, but at lunch, and we also have regular office hours. But Professor Mike Brown, how long have you been here at Chrism?
I have been here 31 years, Sam.
That's
31.
amazing. So Mr. Brown is inimitable, greatly loved professor, and wants to give you some advice today. So kind of the question I was going to ask you was, for students coming to Chrism, some of them have had some philosophy, most of them have not.
Okay.
What's some advice you would give them as far as approaching philosophy, the study of philosophy in the college years of Chrism?
Sam, a really good question.
Thank you.
So I think I would use this analogy to try to capture the advice I'd like to give. The analogy is that philosophy is like a road, all right? And so the end of that road in what we're doing here, we like to use the word wisdom. So you can say in some sense philosophy is an aid to being on the road to wisdom. That's sort of where it's trying to take you to. So when you come here, you could say that in some sense what you're going to get educationally is hopefully, first of all, a taste for wisdom, but also hopefully be put on the path or the road to wisdom. But here's my advice: to get onto a road, all right, unless the road is circular, all right, there's always a beginning to a road. So I think my advice would be, what you could begin to do is to be on your side, trying to get yourself prepared to enter this road. And here's my advice: is there are a couple dispositions that you need to develop in yourself to try to enter into the life of philosophy, the life of pursuing wisdom. And those two dispositions would be the disposition of wonder and the disposition of humility. So let me first say something about humility. Humility means a couple things, but in terms of pursuing wisdom, it first of all is the understanding that you see very little. So I don't know about you, Sam, but the more I study philosophy, the more I study, you might say, the great texts of the Western world, the more I realize I know very little. And so St. Thomas would say that humility is a way into truth, because you first of all recognize that you're not yet there. You don't yet see truth, or at least you don't see the fullness of truth. So I would begin to say to yourself, all right, that you know very little. I know that sounds harsh, but I think the truth is that it's very difficult for us to know truth, that we should have that awareness and we should acknowledge it. But the other thing is this: wonder is said to be the beginning of philosophy, precisely because wonder is the thing in our lives that causes us to begin to question reality. So you could say philosophy is fed on questions. You need to be asking questions, and then you, in your desire to know the truth, the one way you desire that is by getting answers to those questions that you raise. So what I would say to you, my good folks, is that begin to try to foster a sense of wonder. Begin asking yourself, you might say, fundamental questions about reality. Questions like, who am I? You know, why are we here? What's the purpose of everything? Why is there something rather than nothing? Because those are the kinds of questions that you're going to engage with, at least in your philosophical studies here. So I think those would be my two pieces of advice. Try to foster in yourself a sense of wonder, as well as a disposition of humility. So Sam, that was a lot. I probably said more,
awesome.
but is there anything else you want me to speak to?
I think that's the big takeaway there. Some takeaways for students preparing for the fall is, wonder, humility, and really entering into that. You have some amazing classes in philosophy with some incredible professors. So really just come in ready to soak it in. It's a special time in your life where you really are open to learning and receiving these things. We have amazing mentors, and so I would just say, come in ready to learn, come in ready to work hard, take advantage of this beautiful education and this special time in your life, and we look forward to seeing you in the fall. God bless.
Excellent. Very good.